Introducing the Stanley 40-ounce tumbler thirst quencher, your sustainable companion for staying hydrated. It's constructed on recycled stainless steel. It's designed for sustainable sipping. It keeps your drinks hot for 7 hours, cold for up to 11 hours, and the ice stays frozen for 2 days. Its advanced flow state lid has 3 positions to suit your need. The way this is designed is compatible to fit most car vehicles. It has a comfortable handle, powder coated finish, and it's also dishwasher safe. What's up guys, Jason with Little Guy Beer Reviews. Today we are taking a look at the Stanley 40-ounce tumbler cup. I've been seeing a whole lot of talk about this specific cup, how great it is, so I bought it and I want to test it out for you and let you know what I think. So let's get it started. So the biggest pro and con about the Stanley tumbler cup is actually going to be the lid. We're going to get to that in a little bit, but let's go over a few important things before that. The most innovative thing about the Stanley tumbler cup is that it has 3 options on the lid itself. The first option is that you can use a straw and sip out of it. The second option is that if you don't want the straw and you just want to sip out of it, you have that option, sipping like that. Then the other third option is you can just rotate this and close it. I think this is the most innovative thing because on the tumbler cup, you can, with just using your finger, turn it to if you want to use the straw, you want to close it, or you want to sip out of it, just using one simple little finger like this. So when I first got the Stanley tumbler cup, I thought it was only for left-handed people only because I'm holding it like this. You can see that the sip end is like this, but I was like, oh, that's kind of inconvenience because then I have to reach over and put it in the cup holder. But what I did learn is that it's actually made for right and left-handed people. It just depends how you place the cap. So if you are right-handed, what you want to do is you're going to want to place the sip end away from you, facing away from you, just like this, and then you're going to turn it. And once you turn it and you have your right hand, you'll notice that the sip portion is going to be just like that in your cup holder. If you are left-handed, what you're going to want to do is grab it. Again, you're going to take the sip portion right here. You're going to face it away from you, and then you're going to turn it. And now, when you sip it for left-handed people, you're gonna notice the sip end is right. Now, the Stanley cup holder does say that it fits most vehicles, and I've tried it in 4 different types of vehicles. I've tried it in a Honda, a Toyota, a Dodge, and a Chevy truck, and it's fit in all of them, in the cup holder and some that have the doors. Now, one thing you wanna note that the cup holder has to be at least 1 inch deep, and you can see by the black line, that's my indicator if it's gonna fit, at least for me, but you can measure your cup holder. And then what you wanna look for is at the bottom of this has to be at least 3 inches wide for this to actually fit in it. If it's smaller than that, this is not going to sit right and it's just going to wobble around and fall out the car. So 3 inches or wider, this will slide in there at least 1 inch deep. That's enough to get it in there without wobbling around. So one of the tests I did with the Stanley tumbler cup is I put it outside and it was about 115 degrees. So you can see I used my temp gun to test the outer rim of this, because most cups without the handles, you have to pick it up from the outside. Usually it's really hot, you burn your hands. So you can see that this was about 115, and then I tested the inside of it and it was 40 degrees. So dramatically different in temperature from the outside compared to the inside. The also great thing about this cup is that the heat does not transfer to the handle while you're holding it. So if you were to grab the outside at 115 degrees, it's going to be hot. Most likely you're going to burn your fingers. But grabbing the handle, it's not hot whatsoever. You can leave it in the sun. This portion will be hot. This is going to be cold. That is the other great thing about the Stanley cup that I love so far using it every day. Down to the worst part about the Stanley tumbler cup is the lid itself. Because of the rotating top and lock on it, it leaks. There's no other way to get around it. If you turn it to its side, it's going to leak. They currently have an H2.0, which is a different kind of lid. I think there's more rubber to it, but from what I hear, it still leaks a little bit less than this particular one, but it still does leak. But there are some other options on Amazon that they are little rubber pieces that you can put on. I will tag them below, so if you guys are interested, you can pick those up. But that is the biggest flaw with the Stanley tumbler cup, is the lid. Even though it's super innovative, there is a drawback to it, and they are working to fix it. That's why the H2.0 they came out with, and I think eventually it'll be completely spill proof. But in the meantime, we can work around this. With that being the biggest con, I will take that any day with how great and useful this cup is. This is an all-around tumbler for everybody. If you found this video to be helpful, please smash that like button. All the information about the Stanley tumbler cup will be in the description below, as long as the links to it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.